This is my twin turbo Triumph bobber. This is my 67 VW Baja bug. I've always been into VWs, bikes, and drag racing. I love to develop and modify stuff. I've always been into the off-the-wall type of things and the weird stuff. But I also wonder why I do this stuff. What's the point of it all? How does it help the world?
How dare you?
There is a point to it all, and it does help the world. In this video, you're going to find out what that is and why it helps the world. I also get called a nutter quite a bit, which to me is a compliment. So I'm also going to let you inside my head a little bit to see what makes me tick. I've also got the bike in bits again, and it's at times like this where if I don't catch myself, I can end up in a downward spiral of wondering what it's all about. What's the point? Why am I doing this? And getting overwhelmed. We also have other people questioning why we're spending so much time and money doing this sort of thing.
Piece of trash strumpet who doesn't deserve to have the same last name as you now. That's right.
Well, by the end of this video, you'll have a great argument as to why. The reason the bike's in bits again is because if you've been following my videos, you know I've been having trouble with detonation since I put the twin turbo system on it. So I'm researching and figuring out what I need to do to get extra fuel in the motor. I can go down the water methanol injection route, but that's really been done a lot before. So I'm going to try and get some more injectors into this motor. A lot of these videos about methanol injection and stuff are just to sell products. And this channel's not about throwing money at stuff. This channel's about thinking outside the box and developing another way around it. Because a lot of people are secret squirrel about knowledge. Secret squirrel. Shh. And how things are done as well, but not here. And this is what drives me as well, to actually show you how I do things and develop things and show you the thinking behind it and sharing what I know with you guys. I've already undertaken the first stage, and that is to see if I can actually piggyback injectors off of my other injectors so that I can actually fit them into the throttle bodies or into the pipes here. I'm waiting for parts so I can carry on with this at the moment. And waiting for parts doesn't make great content, so that's the reason I'm making this video now. And I always get excited about my next move and I want to share it. I'm currently making content about my next move and my next big project. So hit that subscribe button and a little bell icon, because that will let you know when my next content is out. Also, less than 25% of you are subscribed. It really helps me to grow the channel and share all this stuff with the world if I've got more subscribers. So hit that subscribe button. And it also helps prevent global warming.
No, it doesn't.
I was getting a bit frustrated because the turbo project is getting a bit stagnant, just chasing faults and getting it to run right, which also doesn't make exciting content. And my ADD always keeps my brain 4 moves ahead of like Bobby Fischer. And I'm always thinking about the next project and get excited about it. I love drag racing and I love VWs, and I used to love VW drag racing. But for me now, VWs are too slow. Well, they're not. It just takes an awful lot of money to get them going fast. And I'm not in a position to do that. However, when you race something like a VW, especially like my old one, which is short wheelbase, you don't have to go fast to be scared. Also, getting a bike like this to go fast is expensive because it's not a fast bike to start with. I could go down the route of actually drag racing and just going out and buying a Hayabusa and sticking a turbo on it. But that's been done so many times. It doesn't make new and interesting, out-of-the-box thinking content. So I have a plan. This is something I've wanted to do for a really long time. I am going to build a drag bike, but I don't have the funds to do it. This has sort of been frustrating me at the moment a bit as well, because I'm always thinking about that next project and I just want to get on with it. However, having said that, I wanted to do a twin turbo system on the bobber, but didn't think I was in a position to do it. And at one point just said, F it, got on eBay and ordered the turbos. And here we are. Ideally, I really want to build a turbocharged V8 of some sort, but I don't really have the facilities. And I don't have a car trailer or a car to tow the trailer. I do actually have a bike trailer, and I do have a Baja Bug, which is more than capable of towing. But I want to build a drag bike, which I'll also use for land speed as well, maybe, which is why I made this trailer so long. The other day I woke up in a bit of a bad way. I was mentally tired, because mental fitness isn't a one-time fix and you're sorted forever. It is something you have to keep working on. But I was having a bad morning and just decided to take it easy and not sort of push myself too much, because I was tired. And I was on Facebook Marketplace sort of researching how much a gearbox is going to cost me for my new project, thinking it's going to be a lot of money, because I know that the type I need can go for an awful lot of money. Anyway, one popped up just down the road really cheap. So I went and got it there and then. And that changed my entire day. From then on, I was happy. I was getting on with the next stage of my project. I just did it. This is the gearbox here, by the way. I'll tell you more about that later. But the definition of an entrepreneur is someone who jumps off a cliff and builds a plane on the way down. And this approach seems to work for YouTube content quite well, because making content to share with you guys and working on projects really puts me in a good place. And when I haven't got the stuff to get on with, that's when my mind's going a million miles an hour with my ADD, and I can get in a bad way. But I've also gained all these incredible skills to make me an accredited therapist, to deal with this sort of stuff and help other people as well. Anyway, this is a Volkswagen Beetle independent rear suspension gearbox. The reason I've got this is because a normal swing axle suspension doesn't have these flanges on for CV joints. And this flange here, I can put a sprocket on it. And on that sprocket, I can put a chain. And this is going in my new motorcycle. It's a real challenge. It's also going to have an air-cooled VW motor. Very probably turbocharged or twin turbo or even quad turbo maybe. That'll be interesting. Or it might just have two dirty grey carburetors sticking out the side. Either way, it's going to be a lot of fun. But the problem with the VW gearbox is I'm going to have the engine at the front of the bike, so the gearbox is the wrong way around. So all the gear linkage is at the back here. The first thing I need to do is actually make a sequential gear shift so I can have a foot pedal over here. And this is my next project. I'm really excited about that, and that's going to make awesome content. I may even develop it on the bug so that I can actually build the system in the bug, develop it on this, get it working, and then adapt it to the bike. So that's where we're at with that. So how does all this help the world? What's the point of it all? How does it help you? There's so much bullshit going on in the world at the moment, and we're bombarded with even more bullshit and propaganda just to keep us small, in control, and keep us divided, creating hate, fear, and so many negative emotions. So what do we do about it? How can we combat this? Emotions and mindsets are contagious. When you're around miserable, whinging people who moan all the time, they bring everybody down around them. When you're around positive people who are happy, they share good vibes. This is what it's all about. It's all about sharing good vibes. If you're watching this at the moment, then you're most probably into cars, bikes, motors, and stuff that gives you a good buzz. Humans need to be developing, moving forwards. When we're not progressing, when we don't have purpose, we feel stuck, lost, and unworthy. Cars, bikes, and our projects bring purpose into our lives, and they can bring joy to other people.
Best day of my life.
They bring people together with shows, clubs, and events. They bring families together. There's a saying or a meme or whatever that goes around with people in motorsport. I get my kids into motorsport so they can't afford drugs. Cars and bikes take our minds away from the bullshit what's going on in the world. We can get in our flow state. It's a form of hypnotherapy. It's throttle therapy. Don't feel guilty about spending money on the things that give us a buzz. We're privileged to have these opportunities, and it's ungrateful not to take the opportunities that we're given. So stop doom scrolling and looking at all this negativity and do something positive. Share the love. Share this video. Making these videos is a big part of my purpose. I'm here to inspire you to get off your ass and have a go. I've got to the point in my life, and I've put in the hard yards, where I've got so many valuable skills that can help so many people. What right do I have to keep them from the world? We all have purpose, whether we've found it or not. You don't have to inspire the whole world. But what if your purpose was just to raise one person who went on to inspire the world? I'm getting the bits and pieces together for my next project and all the stuff to modify the fuel system on the bike. So I'm excited about that and looking forward to that. And I'm also looking forward to having one of these motors between my legs at some point. Well, it probably won't be between my legs. I'll probably be laying over it, but that's going to happen. So there's lots more content coming your way about this, the injection system on this, getting it to the drag strip and really trying to perfect this turbo system. There'll be the other bike I'm building, and of course the Baja Bug's probably going to be in there somewhere. So stay tuned for all that. And if you're interested in the other stuff I do, like my therapy and coaching, then there'll be a link below this video. Have a great day.